is very tricky. The most effective strategy would be the repeated application of fungicides, which of course can be expensive. The fungicides options available that are registered include Bravo, Headline, Lance, and Quadris. If you're going to spray fungicides on this crop, the timing, of course, is critical. There's lots of things to think about. You need to consider that the fact that these fungicides are protectants, so they won't kill the pathogen. They won't fix any damage that's been done. They can only protect it from more damage happening. If your crop canopy is really dense, it's going to be a little trickier. If you can get in there before the crop canopy closes over, you'll have better success. Of course, your disease levels have to be high enough to warrant the application. And you would only spray, of course, if you're going to expect a yield increase. With fungicides ranging from anywhere from $14 to $30 an acre, you're going to want to see at least a 10% yield increase to make it economically feasible. So the question remains, is the yield loss going to be higher than the cost of application? And the tricky question is, how do you know? Well, Ken Lobotinsky and Dr. Sherry Stridehorse a couple of years ago came up with a prediction system which included these 4 factors to consider when trying to spray. First is the crop canopy. Is it a thin canopy or is it a really thick canopy? How wet are your leaves at noon when you go to take a look? Pretty low or pretty wet? What percentage of the plants are showing symptoms? Less than 20%, which would be fairly low, or high, above 50%. And of course, the tricky one would be the 5-day weather forecast. What's it going to do in the next 5 days, if you can guess at all? So field inspections for this disease should start about the end of June, and you should do it about twice a week. And then each of these factors, you will assign a score to it. So here's a list of